This is Arun Reddy here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Arun Reddy Tech for you. Our today topic is polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? Before going to that, if you're new to my video and if you want to learn C++, you can go through my channel playlist. And in channel playlist, you can see there's a playlist called C++ where remaining videos are available. And if you want the same videos in Telugu, there is another playlist name called C++ in Telugu where remaining videos are available. Not only C++, if you want to learn Power BI, DBMS, C, C++, Python, Excel, Excel VBA, MS Word, MS PowerPoint. So all these subjects are videos are in Telugu and English. So you can watch the videos in Telugu and English. So let us move to our topic. So our topic is polymorphism. Now what is polymorphism? Polymorphism contains two words. What are there? Poly and morphs. Okay. What do you mean by poly and what is mean by morph? Let us see. Poly means many and morph means shapes. Okay, so polymorphism means many shapes. Okay, so one task, we can also say, understand that one task can perform many ways, different ways. Okay, so same task can perform many ways. Okay, that means, for example, if you have a function, the same function will name will be same, but it will perform different way. For example, let us take a small example. For example, suppose if you are in a classroom. Okay, my name is Arun Reddy, right? So Arun Reddy is in the classroom, then you will become as a student, right? When we are in the market, we will become a customer, right? Same way, when you are at home, I will become like a son or a daughter, right? Okay, so one person presenting in a different behavior, name is same Arun Reddy, but when I go different places I behave different way. So here also the function, the operators, the functions will have a same name, but it will act different, right? See, if same person, when you go to shopping mall, he will act as a customer. When he go travel, he will act as a passenger. When he go to the school, he will become a student. When he go to home, he will become a son or a daughter, right? Okay, so this is the best example I can say. I can say you, right? Polymorphism means many shapes, and here one task can be performed in a different. What do you mean by polymorphism? One task can be performed in a different ways. So let me show you example. Okay, so before that, types of polymorphism, there are two types: compile time, runtime. Again, compile time is further divided into function overloading, operator overloading, and runtime we can also say as function overriding or virtual function, right? So let us see what is this one by one. First, let us start with compile time. Okay, compile time. Compile time is also known as early binding or statistic polymorphism. Okay, so in compile time polymorphism, compiler determines how the function or operator will work depending on the context. So what we are saying, at the time of the compiling only it will decide how it will perform, right? Okay, so this type of polymorphism is achieved by function overloading or operator overloading. Again, the compile time is achieved by two ways: function overloading or operator overloading. So that means they are again divided into two categories: function overloading and operator overloading. First, let us start with the function overloading, then we will go with the operator overloading. Okay, function overloading. Now what is this function overloading? Function overloading is a feature of object-oriented programming where two or more functions can have the same name but behaves differently for a different parameter. Just now we have taken example of a person, right? A person will have his name is same, right? But when you go for a different place, he will act differently, right? When you go to home, he will be act like a son. When you go to the market, he will act like a customer. When you go to school, he will act like a student, right? So same person. Here also function name will be same, but it will act in a different places in a different way. Let me explain you how it will work. Okay, same name but behaves different for different parameters. Such functions are said to be overloaded. Okay, we'll call it as overloaded or function overloading, and this is all this is known as function overloading. Okay, so function can be overloaded either, see, change the number of arguments or change the types of argument. That means, for example, the number of arguments should be different, or data type. Okay, type of arguments: integer, float, double, like that, right? So let me show you example so you can understand easily. See, here what I have done. See, I am using add. See, same function name add I am using three times. When I call p1 dot add, which one will work? Is it right? If I call p1 dot add, which function will work now? This is called function overloading, where when you call p1 dot add, it will understand that it will check the uh, number of parameters or types of parameters. Now what happened here? See, you can see I have given 5. Now in these 3, which one has only one argument? Int a. Now what it will do, it will understand that I should call which function here? Int add, which contains only one parameter, sorry, one argument. Then automatically 5 will be passed to the a, right? Suppose if I call add 5 comma 2, then it will understand which one has 2 parameters. It has only one and it has 3. So which one it will call? See, now compiler can understand based on the number of parameters. Now what you have understood, the name is same. See, the name is same but the behavior is a different. Okay, here the behavior is different but the names are same. Here also we have add, here also we have add, here also we have add, but here what it is doing, it is taking only one integer and adding it. Here it is taking two arguments and adding, and here it is taking 3 arguments. For example, if I call p1 dot add 3, it can understand that these are 3 arguments, so I have to call this function, right? So that's what changing the number of arguments. Okay, so say what you are saying, function loading work changing the number of arguments or changing types of argument. Now what is this changing type of arguments? Let us see another example. Now I have taken another example. See what I have done here. You can see 1 2 parameter and 1 2 parameters. That means when I called add 5 comma 2 and add 5.2 and 6.7, sorry, 5.5 and 6.7. Here also I am calling 2 parameters, here also I am calling 2 parameters. Now which one it will call? How can it understood? As we said, the change number of arguments, here the change type of argument, which data type you are calling. Here 5 comma 6, it can understand that these are the integers, so I will have to call this one. When I said 5.5 6.7, it can understand this is the integer, so this here I have given a real number or I have given a float. Okay, so it will check for a float or a double. See, it find a double. So what it will do, it will, if when I call 5 comma 6, it will go to the integer ab, and when I call 5.5 and 6.7, it can understand that's the second one, add function. It will go right. Now we are using the same add function, but the number of parameters are different or types of parameters are different. Number of arguments are different or types of arguments, right? So let us see a small example, right? Okay, so you can see a small program I have taken. So poly is the name of the class, and I have used void add. Again, just now only we have taken example, right? So when I call add p1 dot add, what it will print? It will print a plus 5. Now a is 5 plus 5 10. Okay, when I call p1 dot add 5 comma 6, it will print what is 5 plus 6, because 5 will pass to a and 6 will pass to b, so 11. So here 10, here 11, and 5 6 7 means 5 plus 6 plus 7 18. So 10 11 18. Let us see, right? Now we are in the dev C++. So I have taken the same program, right? So when I call p1 dot add, it will print as a plus 5, that is nothing but a 10. And when I call, see, I have given different names: integer sum, 2 integer sum, 3 integer sum. So to differentiate, okay, right, I can write single integer or we can say integer, right? So let us see, let us run the program, compile and run. Okay, and you can see the output. Okay, so what it is, integer sum is equal to 10, as we said, 2 integer sum is 11 and 3 integer sum is 18. Nice. Now let us see the next topic, operator overloading. Now what is this operator overloading? C++ has the ability to provide the operators with special meaning for particular data type. Okay, the ability is known as operator overloading. For example, we can use of addition operator plus for string to concatenate to strings, and for integer to add to integer. So what you are saying here, so what is operator overloading? So first of all, we know the operators, right? Operators we have seen, just arithmetic operator like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, logical operators, equal to, less than. So these are all called as operators, right? Now we can use these operators in the operator rule. Now how we can use it? Let us see. Okay. So generally, plus symbol, what we do, we will add, we will use to add a two variables, right? But we cannot add two objects, right? We cannot add two objects. So this plus symbol act like different place in different way. For example, if I use plus symbol for two integer values, what it will return? It will return addition of number. Okay, for example, if I use plus symbol between two strings, so what it will do? It will act as a concatenate. So in a different places, it will act as a different way, right? Same plus symbol will have different places in different way, right? Same, we have a less than and greater than symbols, right? So sometimes we use for the greater than symbol, less than symbol, we have you we if we use two less than symbol, two greater than symbols, then we can, it can be used as a binary shifting operator. If you use single operator, then it will be used as a greater than, less than operator, right? So they are same operators can be used in a different way, right? The polymorphism concept is that one, right? So where we can use same name with a different behavior, right? Okay, so let us see in a small example. For example, you can see here class count, I have taken value 5, right? Now I am using void operator here and here. Now the name of the function is operator, right? But sorry, we use operator as a additional, sorry. Okay, so avoid operator. Okay, operator is must. Okay, so in syntax, when you write return type operator space sign, okay, whatever the sign we use for the, okay, void operator sign, right? So now what I will see, void operator plus plus, void operator minus minus. So what I am doing, when I say plus plus, see, I have created a count. Is a count is a, what it is? It is a class name. Count one is a object. When I say, when I prefix, that means I am adding plus plus before the object, then automatically it will call this one. And when I say minus minus, it will call this one. Have you understood? Let us see a small program so you can understand easily. Okay, so when I say what it is, plus plus, sorry, plus plus, it will, sorry, when I say plus plus, okay, sorry, okay, when I say plus plus, it will call this one. When I say minus minus, this one. So let me show you a small example. See here what happens, you can see here count, and I have used a constructor. Why I used constructor? To create a value, value is equal to, into a value I have given, value is equal to 5, just to give a value 5, I have created an operator, right? So what I have said, I have created a count 1. Now count 1 is an object and count is a class name. Count 1 dot display, why I used count 1 dot display? When I say count 1 dot display, it will print 5. Next, again, if I say plus plus count, means I am calling the plus plus operator. Again I said count 1 dot display, then it will show as 6, because 5 plus 1 6, now value has become 6. Again if I say count 1 dot sorry, minus minus count, again it will call the minus minus. Okay, again what happens, value minus 1, now again it will become 5. So first it will print count 1 dot display, it will print as 5. Next, again after increment, it will print as 6. Again after increment, it will print as 5. Let us see the program, right? Now we are in the Dev C++. So let me see how it will work. Okay, so as I said, count 1 is a object, count 1 dot display, what it will print? It will print 5 first. Then again it will call plus plus operator. Okay, by prefixing plus plus before the object, automatically you are calling the what do you say, plus plus operator. Okay, so it will increment, okay, and it will print as 6. Again minus minus operator it will call, it will decrement, and again it will print as 5. So let us see, compile and run. No errors, very good. See, count 5, then again count 6, again count 5. Nice, right? Our next function is function overriding. See, function overloading is different, function overriding is different. Now what do you mean by function overriding? Generally what we'll do, whenever we call whenever we try to call sorry, derived class, what happens, it will go to the first, what it will do, it will print the base class, it will use the base class values and it will print the base class, right? So now function overriding, what happens, it will override the base class. Which one? The derived class can override the base class, right? So function overriding is also called as a runtime polymorphism, because it will decide at the runtime. Okay, runtime, not prefix, but it will decide at the runtime, right? So what you are saying, see, in C++ inheritance, we can have the same function in the base class as well as its derived class, right? So when we call the function using an object of derived class, the function of derived class is executed instead of base class. Okay, let me show you an example. See, suppose if I don't have print, void print here, what happens when I say derived d1 dot print, it will print the base class. But when I again write the print in the derived class, now again same function is used multiple times. Now base class is overridden by the derived class and it will print derived function. Suppose if you don't write this one, it will print base function. Let us see example, right? Coming back to the C++, I would second C, same example. Okay, so now you can see here there is a print, void print twice, right? For example, if I print, if I execute this program, let us see what will be the answer, right? So when I executed, see what it is saying. It is saying as derive function, right? Suppose if you don't have generally if you don't have void print in the derived class, what happens? Let us see. Okay, save, compile and run. See what it is doing, it is printing the base function. That means when we call d1 dot print, it will move to the automatically. When we use colon, it will understand that there is an inheritance, base class is inherited into derived class, and automatically when you call, it will go to the base class. But what happened in the function overridden, we are, see what we are doing, we are overwriting the base class, and that means the derived class is trying to override the base class and it is printing the means it is changing at the runtime, right? So it is not printing the base class print, but it will print in the derived class. That's why we are getting derived function. I will also once again execute. Okay, just save it, compile and run. Now again what it will print, instead of base class, it is printing derived class. See, this is called function override. So friends, this is what polymorphism is. Polymorphism, compile time, runtime. Okay, and I hope you have liked my video. If you like my video, please do subscribe, like my video, and please do share to your friends. Thank you.